From Free IT Education. Viewers, today we are going to talk about a very important lecture in Python, which is if and else. It is very important concept in Python you need to learn. So if you're going to make a decision in your coding, so if and else is very, very important for you to learn. So without any further delay, let's first build it up some fundamental understanding. So the first thing is we need to learn few things, few notations. So this is called equal. So equal mean if A is equal to B. Not equal, this is a sign for not equal. This is less than, A is less than B. So these could be variables. We will talk about that. Less than or equal, so that is less than or equal, and that is a sign of greater, and this is greater or equal. Okay, so this is important, or, okay, not and. Okay, so the keyword we're going to learn, so let's jump in without any further delay. So we have got two variables, A and B. We have learned already about variables. You can watch my previous lecture. So so we have got A is equal to 33 and B is equal to 200. So here we are asking, the if is a keyword, if B is greater than A. So B has got 200 and A has got 33. So B is obviously greater than A. And one thing you can see that there is an indentation. This is something we need to press a tab and to push this command here. Okay, so when you run that, so what you will see that this statement will be printed like saying B is greater than A. So let's say if I want to say 300, so then I will say A is greater than B. Then we would say A is greater than B. So if you run that, so now this statement should be true and it should say A is greater than B, which is the case. Okay, so we're going to jump on to another thing. Something is called this, where we said the same thing. There is one error which you need to guess what is the error. As you remember, we talk about the if you are saying if B is this, what I should do. So then you're saying that print that. So as you remember, we said we need to put a tab and then need to put some space here. So that will push that said if this condition is true. So this is a logic. If this is true, and then you're saying that print that. Okay. So if you run that, so now the error will be removed and it should say B is this. And if you go back and remove that and run it, it will generate an error. Okay. As you can see that it will generate an error. Expected and indented blocks. This is an error. We're saying that here is error, you need to indent it. Okay, which means we need to do that. And if you run it, and then it should fix the error, and now it should print B is greater than A, which is the case here. Okay, good stuff. So jumping on to another important thing is another keyword called ELIF. What does that mean? Let's jump into this. So we got two variables, A and B, got a value, same value. So first we are checking if B is greater than A, which we saying that is false. So what should you do? If this is false, then check else. This EL mean else if. If this is false, then jump into this and then check if A is equal to B, which is the case. Yes, that it is. So this condition will be false, then it will jump into elif, and if that condition is true, then it will print that. So if we run that, and that should print that A and B are equal. See, A and B are equal. And if you want to just proof of concept, so if you want to say that A is equal to 35, B is equal to 33, so now which we say that A is greater than B, and we say A is greater than B. So this condition should be true, and then now this won't be printed. but this condition will be printed. A is greater than B, as you can see that A is greater than B. Okay, so if this is the something is else if. Okay, so the next thing we're going to learn about the condition called that there are something which we is a new thing need to learn in the if else if and else. What we are saying here, we got two variables, A is equal to 200, B is equal to 33. The first condition is if B is greater than this, print this. Else, if A is equal to B, then print this. If these both conditions are false, this logic here and here, then just do this. Just print say that A is greater than B. Okay, so this is three conditions. So 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2 condition, and then else, and this is the last condition. And as you can see that A is greater than B. Okay, which is the condition here. We can say that A is 200 and B is 33. Okay. Okay, so jump onto the something. It's not necessary that you should have if and else if. You can also have if this condition is true, do this, otherwise do this. So simple is that. So it's simple. You don't need to have if, which is else if, but you can do just else. Okay, and this is the condition. So A is 200 and B is 33. So this condition is false. So we say B is not greater than A. Okay, and if you run that, so that you can see that B is not greater than A. Okay, so you can also have without if you don't, you can also, you just can have it else, but you can have it without if. If, just to revise, it is else if. Okay, sometime we want to do a shorthand. Instead of writing into indentation, we can put them into the same line if it is one statement like this. So we say that in the previous understanding, we put the print into the new line, but this time we just putting in the same line. You can also do that. It is also valid. So if you have one condition like that. So this is a single liner, and it will be just right as well. A is greater than B. Okay. Another thing is called is a shorthand of if and else. So what we're going to do here, so here you can see that A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 330. So we're saying that print A if A is greater than B. So this means we are printing the statement first, and then we checking the logic, and then we say that else we just say print B. In our case, A is not greater than B, so the print B will be printed. So which is the case here, as you can see that is printed B. And if we say that, if we make that 2000 and run it, and so now we have A is 2000 and B is 330. So this statement should be printed, and which is right, and it is printed A. Okay, so this is the shortcut for this. Another thing is called ternary, which is ternary mean three operators at the same time. So this is slightly complicated, but it is, sometimes we want to just make it a one liner of code where we put it more than one in if and else. Here you can see that we got A and B are same. So we learned that the statement like this, like one liner, if this is this, then do this, else print this. If this condition is true, then else. If this condition is not true, then the last statement is else B. Okay, either A is greater or B is greater, or they are equal. Okay, so they could be in one of three condition at the moment. So it satisfies this condition, so this will only print this, which is the equals, just equal. Okay, and if we just say make it this to, now we change the value to 350 and 330. So this time this condition is true, so it should print A. So let's run that, and you should be able to get print A, which is the case here. Okay. um, there is another keyword which we call it more than one condition. So we have got three variables which we are comparing a variable A, B, and C. So where we have if A is greater than B and C is greater than A, then we say that both conditions are true, or you can just put it any statement you like at. So A is 200 and B is 33. So that condition is true. And then C is 500 and A is 200. One of the important thing for you to learn this, and this condition and this condition both should be true. So this should be true and this should be true. Then this will be printed. If this condition is not true and this condition is only true, then it will not be printed. Okay. So you need to have both condition. This we call it logic. Both logic should be true. Okay. So if you run it, so this condition is true. Both conditions are true. So both conditions are true. Okay. So let's say if we gonna put it else and say print both conditions are not true. Okay. And we're gonna test it. So what we will do, make it C as 100. Okay. So what we're saying, we want to say that if we want to check if whether we will be getting this or not. Okay. So now you should be able to see that as you can see that both conditions are not true, because as you can see that we change the value of C, which is 100, and 100 is not greater than 200. So this condition is false, but this condition is true. So for AND we need to have both true. Okay, this is something important for you to learn. But we have another keyword called OR, which is saying that if this is true or this is true, then print. Either one of is true, then at least one condition is true, then it will print it. Okay, which is the case. A is 200, which is greater than B, so we don't care if this condition is true or false. And A is greater than B, this condition is false, but one condition is satisfied, so this will print it. So you have a keyword called OR here. Okay. Okay. So the last, maybe the second last things we're gonna learn is this is called a nested if, which is mean like you can have more than one if statement. First you're saying that if x is greater than 10, yes, I'm saying that the value of x is greater than 10. Now I'm checking is also this condition is also greater than 20. If that is the case, then say also and also above 20. Okay. If it is not, then you would say but not above 20. Okay. Let's try that. So we are saying this condition is satisfied, and then it will jump into the nested if that this condition is also satisfied, so both these things will be printed, and also above 20. Let's say if we make it 11. Okay, so now what we are saying, 11 is greater than 10. Yes, that's true. And is 11 greater than 20? No, that's wrong. So but not above 20. Let's run that. So we should get the else statement instead of the if statement. You see, we are getting above 10 but not above 20. Okay, so this is called a multi if statement in this example. Okay, The last thing we're going to learn is you can also sometime in the logic we call it like if this condition is true, sometime in our Python programming you want to just pass, just say that don't do anything, just pass. I know this condition, if this is satisfied, there is a keyword called pass. Having an empty if statement like this would raise an error without the pass statement. Okay, so let's say if we take this out, okay, and try to run it, and it is saying that it should raise an error, and you should see that unexpected end of file, and parsing is mean like unexpected end of file while parsing. This means like you need to have some statement here. Okay, but if you keep it pass here, so then it's not an empty, it has got a pass statement, so it won't generate any error. Okay, okay, and you can see that it doesn't show anything because there is no statement. Okay, I hope this has been very informative. We have covered if, else if, and else, more than one statement, single line statement, and in a summary, something very important we learn is these notation: equal, not equal, less than equal, greater, and greater than equal. I hope you have understood this lecture, and if you are enjoying this lecture and want to benefit other people, subscribe to this free IT education channel and share with your friends. I will see you with the next lecture. Bye for now.